This is what they don't want you to see.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
Whoa. Look, man, what's gonna hang, and I'm hanging with it.
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes? Get around, huh?
I have spells. I'm going to fly.
You got tickets for it,
Live from the new kingdom.
Everybody see Richie?
Our Big Dumb Mouth podcast. Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Rich.
I know that. Yes, this is all very interesting. Human.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray, my name is Midnight Mike, coming to you live from the morning Command Center Alpha 1. Cratchit is over there on screen.
I hate this place.
The joke of it is, I always do this show in the morning. It's just now 90 minutes earlier. But
Yes.
for you, it did move from afternoon to morning.
Yep, it's late morning now. Joe's over there too.
Go back to work.
It's mid-morning. It's early-ish.
It's a little different for everyone, no
It's
matter.
pre-business hours.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of like it. I kind of like getting it done a little earlier. It kind of leaves open the rest of the day. I'm also a little bit more full of energy before I crash out. Having another. This is probably my third cup of coffee for the day. So after this, no more. It's just too much.
Yes.
3 cups, that's it? You're only on 3 cups?
I typically only have 2 cups of coffee a day. On Saturdays, I'll have 3 just to kind of get me over that hump, to give me a little extra something.
Now, to clarify, when you say cup, do you mean like a container full, or do you mean an actual poured 6-ounce cup of coffee?
I would say it's closer to 8 ounces, like a coffee mug.
Well, coffee mugs are like 11 ounces.
Well, then I have 22 ounces of coffee per day.
Oh, my God.
Normally.
See, Joe, this is what happens when we're early in the morning.
Yeah, when you're not, and also when you're not here, we really go into details about this stuff.
Coffee cast.
Yeah.
People really care about this.
The coffee cup cast.
So before the show, before, I guess, if people listening on playback, I was playing my brand new AI song built from Alex Jones' Clips of the Week. So I was like, hey, I'm going to
It's all
download.
about wieners.
Well, I think it'll become clear when I play the raw Alex Jones montage, like how this really came about. But here it is, just real briefly. Here's the raw Alex Jones montage that I fed.
Getting a gallon of milk and bananas or whatever, or maybe some hamburger. I just want to eat some fajitas, sitting back drinking iced tea and Topo Chico. I'll blow the SH-T out of you. It's a beautiful unit. Lungs full of semen and vomit. New 911, bitch. You gonna be sucking our wiener. They raped his lungs with dildos and penises. What the hell is this?
So there are some of those.
Good Lord.
Yeah, there are
right.
there are some words that got flagged in
I would hope so.
Yeah, in Suno. So I had to do the best I could. But yeah, here's just a little bit. It'll be the full song will be at the end of the episode for people to listen to on download. I put it just to like a nice smooth mid-70s kind of yacht rock vibe. It's
Maybe some hamburger.
yeah.
I just want to eat some fajitas, sitting back drinking iced tea and Topo Chico. I blow the shit out of you. It's a beautiful unit, lungs full of semen and vomit. Goy
Oh,
slop.
so Suno doesn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Goy slop. New 911 biatch. You're gonna be sucking our wiener. New 911 biatch. You're gonna be sucking our wiener. Goy slop.
Goy slop.
Not sure that one's radio friendly.
Goy slop, you know. I was eating some goy slop earlier this morning, and delicious goy slop for a nice or morning breakfast. Well, we have a lot of. I know I have a lot of headlines. I have a lot of news. Some very important things I want to tell everyone. Gretchen, I'm sure you're fired up and ready to go. Joe, you're ready to go? Ready to get this done?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, here, I have a question for you. I pulled a movie quote. Now, this is a short little movie quote.
Die Hard.
Close. But I wonder
if it's Tango and Cash just because we were talking about it.
No. Here it is. This is kind of an off the beaten path movie. But here is a little quote. I want to see if Joe can name this. Gretchen might be able to.
Bust a Benz.
What?
Bust a Benz.
Yeah, here's a different.
Let's bust some Benz.
It's a quote from a movie.
Turn it up. I can barely hear it.
Okay, I'll see if I can crank it up. Here it is.
Bust a Benz. Let's bust some Benz. Bust a Benz. Let's bust some Benz.
Do you know it?
Bus pass?
Those aren't even words.
Yeah, I'm on pots and pans. Pots and pans.
Let's bust some Benz.
Pots and pans.
Oh, Gretchen doesn't even know this. Wow. I may have found, and this is a movie that you would probably know, Gretchen. Okay.
Let me think about it. Wait. Play it again.
Okay.
Let's bust some Benz.
I know what it is.
Pots and pans.
I know what it is. I know who it is. I know the scene. I know what he's doing.
But you probably just looked it up using ChatGPT.
No.
Bust some Benz.
I'll ruin it if you want. I know what this is from. This is
you got me stumped.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm already over it.
Gretchen, go for it. What is it?
This is from Sean Astin. He goes to a boarding school.
Yeah.
The boarding school gets taken over by terrorists with not Will Riker, with the other kid,
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, that guy, because one of the kids is really rich and they're robbing him, and so I don't remember what they're doing, but he has to fake like he's washing pots and pans before the guards get back.
Yeah.
Because he has to then run around and like set up the fireworks or some crap like that to set it off. Yeah, this was like a classic of like the early 90s cable TV.
Toy
crap.
Soldiers.
Soldiers.
Basically Die Hard at a boarding school.
What was the one that was
close.
with Tom Cruise that was the same damn movie?
Tom Cruise with the same movie. I don't know Tom Cruise doing any kind of movie like that.
Oh, it was in a military academy. Now I gotta look that up.
I was gonna guess Goonies because it made me think of the.
You got the actor right.
Yeah, it's Sean Astin. Yeah. That's back before he piled on 60 pounds of acting weight. But I got that movie. I figured it's not that popular of a movie that I could pull a clip from, and people might struggle kind of trying to place it.
But why? Why though?
Why? Because I like pop culture. I like movies, and I like talking about things that I watch with people. Whether it's Toy Soldiers, which is not available on streaming. I had to buy the DVD, rip the DVD, just so I could get that Pots and Pants. And I bought
it. Of all the things you're going to get the quote as a guy with a Colombian accent saying Pots and Pants?
That's exactly what I wanted. It's been stuck in my head for decades at this point.
Wow.
And I've never gotten the movie, so I bought the movie on Amazon just so I could have that.
Let's bust some Benz.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sorry, folks.
Is this what life has become for you?
Bust a Benz.
Yeah, that's my life. This is what I do. And people think I'm autistic, and they might be right. But yeah,
you know what? You can just self-diagnose and say you're neurodivergent like everybody else now.
Maybe.
Yes.
I get these things where I'll wake up in the morning and it'll be some random ass song or commercial jingle from my childhood. There was the one that milk tastes so good, you're not a kid anymore. Do you remember this?
Dude, I do. I had I woke up with a song in my head yesterday. So what is that commercial from that you just said? What is that? What is that from?
You're not a kid anymore. You must be kidding me. It's a song about milk. It's like a generic milk marketing ad.
Oh, so that was like when they were doing that big milk push.
It was before the got milk thing.
Let's see here. Is it this one right here?
You're not a kid anymore. You must be kidding me.
It's that one?
Yeah.
Is that Randy Newman?
I think so.
Turn it up.
bright shining eyes. Drinking
not.
Oh my God, I didn't even think to look it up.
No surprise, 'cause milk tastes delicious. It's not a kid anymore. And I tell you
I used to like this jingle.
Yeah. Well, it's not bad. It does sound like Randy Newman. This one was in my head.
I think they couldn't afford Randy Newman, so someone said sound like do.
Get somebody who's like Randy Newman. So this one was in my head yesterday. Real quick, this was in my head. Yeah. So
any other Norwegian '90s Euro pop you could play?
There's a whole playlist of it, Gretchen. I listened to it yesterday.
By the way, ChatGPT will allow me to make this image.
Goyslop? Oh, great. It's Goyslop. Yeah. Geez, yeah. I like that. I think I gotta fix the my window is a little.
What did you do?
That's fine. There we go. I fixed it right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, people. While we're getting to news, we're talking about music. Let's get to some news. I do have some interesting conspiracy music news, so let's get over there and talk about it. Now, you guys have probably heard of Taylor Swift, right? You guys have probably also most likely heard of Metallica. Well, there's a controversy going on between the two of them. A big controversy.
Are they doing an album together? That'd be awesome.
No, they're not doing an album together, but they might be battling each other and in some weird way, or at least fans versus fans. This is a classic rock war. And here it is.
Something tells you one side of this war doesn't know they're in the war.
Well, Taylor Swift might not know she's involved, but Kirk Hammett, the guitar player for Metallica, has fired first shots. Here we go.
So we recently told you about that now infamous t-shirt that Kirk Hammett wore on stage during a Metallica show, which set the internet on fire. Taylor Swift fans furious at him now and Metallica, and unlike what a lot of people do when they get a little bit of controversy online, Kirk Hammett is not backing down, he's doubling down. Kirk Hammett just sat down for an interview.
So real quick, he wore a shirt on stage that had a picture of Taylor Swift, and it said, Taylor Swift is a CIA PsyOp. And I thought it was a great t-shirt, and it's very kind of, pushing the boundaries of what you would consider psychological operation, at least when it comes to pop culture, pop music, and Metallica's putting it out there. And he started, I guess, an interesting conversation in the conspiracy community, considering what Billy Corgan said a month or two ago about how he believes the CIA was instrumental in not promoting rock and rap as much and then pushing pretty much garbage pop music that is basically produced by a team of writers and producers and not a singular artist. Maybe that underscores what Kurt is getting at right here, but Kurt talks about this.
And instead of backing down, he went after all of modern pop music. His verdict? One word, and he spelled it out. It all started June 13th in Budapest, Metallica's mid-European tour, and Kirk Hammett walks out in a satirical t-shirt reading, Taylor Swift is a CIA PsyOp. Photos hit social media, and Taylor Swift fans were melting down, to say the least. But Kirk said nothing. He didn't address it, he didn't apologize or explain. And then just days later on June 19th in Dublin, Metallica's playing Seek and Destroy. And Kirk loses his footing and falls hard on the stage. He misses a few chords, but he's fine. And the Swifties had a field day. They called it karma. Kirk's response? He leaned all the way in, posting his fall on the Instagram, adding slip and destroy. Well, between Metallica's 2 Dublin stadium shows, Kirk sat down with the Irish Times. And here's the thing. He didn't mention Taylor Swift, but what he did instead was bigger. He took aim at all of modern pop. His verdict, flat out, right now, songwriting and pop music is, and these are his words, crap. And to make sure nobody missed it, he spelled it out. K-R-A-P. Then he added, sorry for all you pop fans out there. Kirk talked about learning guitar the hard way as a kid, playing along to records over and over. training his ear, picking out solos note by note. He said if you hand the same Van Halen song to 3 different guitarists back then, you'd get 3 different versions. There was character in that, and there was struggle. He says it's that fight to learn, the determination that pushes a musician toward their own sound, their own style. He worries that today everything is too perfect. Modern players have unlimited technique at their fingertips from day one, and he wonders where that actually leads. And I think he makes a really good point here. A lot of the stuff that's being pushed by major labels in the pop realm just isn't like the pop of the 90s or the early 2000s or anything that came before that. A lot of this stuff is just music for the moment. A lot of it is throwaway tracks, and unfortunately, I think it's only going to get worse with a lot of the AI music and stuff that's out there now. But let me know what you think down in the comments.
There you go. Taylor Swift is a CIA operation. PsyOp. I can see that. And this pop culture and in general being pushed or swayed or influenced in some way by the intelligence communities to promote an agenda. Maybe you could say it was definitely like back in maybe even the 60s through the hippie movement. It was promoted and American culture was exported to different countries in order to show those countries how awesome we have it and how great American culture is in an effort to undermine maybe the Soviet Union at the time, to influence the Soviet Union and maybe lead to its demise, China and possibly in some way, and then ultimately for America to gain a foothold commercially and influentially. Maybe there's something to that. Now it's just turned on ourselves now. We're one big homogenous area. They're just trying to control us.
Am I muted?
No, not anymore.
Okay. So you know this, the Laurel Canyon stuff.
Yeah, Laurel Canyon.
Infiltration of rap and all this stuff this has been turned on us for 60 years.
Yeah.
At least.
So maybe the Taylor Swift fans don't know this and they're taking it very personal.
That whole thing, I think it could be telling. That's the nice thing about a shirt like that and a feud like that, is because it could be seen as just goofy, like poking fun at each other. But I think if you wanted to push on that a bit, I think you could make the argument that Taylor Swift is a psyop. And I do think that there's something to it. I think that whole NFL soap opera part of it. I think the endorsement of who was that drunk chick who was working with that senile dude for a minute? Like she came out and endorsed her for president.
Drunk chick, senile dude. That's a lot of people.
It was a little while ago.
Okay.
It's a little bit. I don't know. I'll think of it.
Okay. Well, back in the day, Linda Ronstadt sidled up next to Governor Jerry Brown, and that increased his, pop sensibility, his mainstream ability for the governorship of California and increasing his political profile. So, I mean, it's been happening for decades at this point. Pop culture has been
Steinem.
Gloria Steinem? I know
CIA. She was a spy.
Okay.
Women's rights.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Doubling the tax base. All that stuff. Separating the families.
Feminism, doubling the tax base, destroying the family. Okay. Those are all good things for controlling a population. Yes.
Yep. That's what you want.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like everything is, and you can make probably a good argument at this point that everything is a CIA operation. And how we argue amongst ourselves about this, like Metallica fans versus Taylor Swift fans, as opposed to them talking about the actual statement of yes, possibly Taylor Swift is a CIA operation, maybe unbeknownst to her, but it's certainly, she could be a useful tool. I mean, I saw that Lizzo has a new album out. Have you listened to that piece of crap, Joe? I haven't.
Oh my! You couldn't pay me enough to listen to that.
I guess she sold 2,000 copies. And I saw Tim Pool make a claim that maybe this is what USAID was all about. Maybe the only reason why she only sold 2,000 albums this time around because there's no more money to be pumped into promoting crap artists that wouldn't otherwise be successful. And the USAID was very important to pump up certain aspects of our own culture to then promote a specific
there
agenda.
Was something where they had come up with these shitty, whatever, like social justice books, and then they used our tax money. So they used our tax money to write the books, and then they used our tax money to buy the books back to pump the numbers.
Makes sense.
I wish I could remember what this was, and I'm sure it's not the only example, but
I would say probably half the UFO books that I own are probably in part co-authored by one intelligence agency or another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good way to make a buck.
It's not a bad business model if you can get it. And I'm perfectly aware of it. Like when it comes to the UFO paranormal, a lot of it probably is guided or co-authored in some way with an intelligence agency, or at least a group within it, that has an agenda that they want to get out there in order to steer a certain community a particular way. And with USAID crumbling, and there apparently maybe is a vacuum because there's not as much money being pumped in to a particular part of the economy, something has to fill that void. I don't know what it's being filled with right now. Maybe it's real, genuine art and music, or real movies. I don't know. Maybe it's going to take a few years for that void to be filled. But hopefully it's not going to be things like what was that movie that came out right before Avengers? And it had a lot of controversy, but it got like $1 billion. Not Supergirl, but the Marvel version of Supergirl. That got promoted heavily under, I think it was during like the heyday of DEI.
Was it
Marvel Girl?
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel Girl or something like that. Captain Marvel. And it made like $1 billion.
Madam Marvel.
And meanwhile, I never saw it, but they made it seem as though it was so important to see that you were going to miss out on parts of Avenger Endgame. But no, I have no doubt that probably government money was used to buy tickets to pump that up in order to push an agenda. Same with like they do with media and books, using maybe USAID money to NGOs, and those NGOs use the money to feed right back in to our own culture to promote a certain idea. And that's just not there the same way as it was before. I don't know. I'm just digressing a little bit here. Before I move on to my next story, I did see a movie on Amazon called Hail Mary. Have you seen this, guys? It's a pretty good movie.
I think I heard about it, yeah.
It's got Ryan Gosling Jr.
Oh, yeah. I bought the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, somebody recommended this. They said exactly what you're saying. It's a movie, but they were like, it came from a book. It was one of those books they read that they knew should be a movie. So
yeah, it's I would say one of the better movies I've seen this year.
Read about it.
And yeah, you can read about it if you want. It's I'm not gonna ruin anything of it, but there's a crisis on Earth. Ryan Gosling has to save the day. And I would say it's a feel-good science fiction story. It's something that I think Steven Spielberg would have done. It's obviously it's a movie for all ages. Kids, ranging from the ages of 5 up to adults, to 60 will enjoy this. Even Joe will enjoy this movie. I think it's very well done. And I think you can watch it on Amazon for free. They had a limited run release in theaters, but if you're looking for something good to watch that's feel good, that's not like super gory and not a lot of quick flash editing and flash cuts, it's well worth your time. It's interesting. But I'll move on. I got some other important headlines to get here.
I did just want to comment real quick on the funding through USAID being used to prop up propaganda agencies and whatnot. If you listen to NPR, they're now talking about their funding being cut, which is
weird
primarily due to massive mismanagement. But there's new things popping up even on like YouTube and whatnot for Reuters and for the AP, literally taking donations. So their unlimited war chest of funding is no longer there, though some of it is still running. Because a lot of that stuff from USAID just moved into the State Department. A lot of those programs continue. But now these same agencies are now basically out there begging for bucks. So it is somewhat nice to see. If that's true, they could just be like, hey, tell people we need money, even though we're still getting it, and then they'll give us more money.
But somebody better give me some money!
Yeah. Whether it's coming from the government or the Pentagon or you, they need their money to crank out that crap.
We did find a photo of Lizzo in concert.
Oh, yeah?
It's not a big venue.
Oh, yeah. There's one person there. USAID presents.
AID, sir. Don't fall into the propaganda.
Presents. And she's got a drum set behind her. She can't even get a drummer to show up? That's too bad. Well, I do like that one. That does feel about right. I don't think I personally know anybody that has ever seen Lizzo in concert. Yay! I don't think she's real. I think she's like Godzilla.
Wait, Godzilla's not real?
No, not as far as I know.
Oh.
Yeah, let's
cancel that Japan trip then.
I got some weird stuff here. So there is some weird stuff going on at Mount Shasta. And this is not...
Or Shasta.
Is it Shasta or Shasta?
Shasta.
Shasta? Well, I'll bring this up on screen. Strange and eerie discovery made on Mount Shasta, California. A mother and daughter had been horseback riding in the mountains when they discovered something very strange indeed. An area around Mount Shasta has always been steeped in mystery and intrigue. Said by some to be the home of a secret subterranean civilization who descended from ancient Lemuria. The region has long been associated with unexplained phenomenon. Recently, California resident Carrie Ann Schnurr and her daughter had been horseback riding through the mountains when they started to hear strange noises echoing throughout the area. After a time, they came across a number of solar-powered Bluetooth speakers in the ground. Intrigued, they continued onward until they found more speakers, hundreds of them. Some were producing strange sounds, while others were playing a sermon-like recording. And there is audio and visual of this. I will bring this up on screen, and we will watch this together. It's pretty weird.
We just came across this noise that we heard. We're going up this hill, and you can hear it in the background. I'm going to show you, and I have to do this live. I had to pick some platform to do it live on because nobody's going to believe me that it's real.
I have to do it.
It's crazy. It's a little freaking creepy. Hold on. It's creepy, huh? No.
The horse looks freaked out.
So there's this one.
Yeah, it's just a solar power speaker.
Noah seems unfazed by it. But then look, over here.
It looks like there's 10 of them, maybe 15 on the ground, all the same thing.
You hear that noise?
Yeah.
There's a mountain.
Are they all playing the same thing?
No, it's like there's different things going on.
No, back up.
So it's like it turns like into white noise. There's like different things.
This is a fantastic call it a hoax, call it whatever you want, sort of thing. I mean, have strange animal noises and leave these in the woods in various places, and then you got more Bigfoot sightings.
Well, this kind of reminds me of the monoliths, those mirror monoliths that people were finding in the lead up to COVID. There's not any correlation as far as I know, but people are finding
ones out in Utah.
Yeah, they're finding them out in like remote areas. It started a conversation online. I think it did wind up leading back to like a couple of artists that were doing basically environmental art pieces in order to spark conversations about manufactured things versus the natural world. I wonder if this is a similar artist doing something in that vein, or if they're trying to summon demons on Mount Shasta. I don't know. I'm open to either.
And look at, there is another 100 of them out there. Can I zoom in?
Yeah,
No,
there's a
I can't
ton.
zoom. Whoa.
Can you zoom in?
Didn't mean to do that. Look, there's the moon. Whoa.
All right,
Anyways,
operate your camera.
Back to this. There's a bunch of them out there. But it's like this Lemurian beacon system. I have no idea. Insane.
Well, it'd be interesting if she took one and you could figure out how is this, if it's Bluetooth, then where is it receiving a signal from? What is exactly being played
it would have
through
to have
it?
stuff loaded on there.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I'm trying to find the actual model of these speakers, but I'm not.
It seems like a fairly expensive operation, especially if there are hundreds. You really got to want it to put this out there. Why in this particular spot? How traveled is this particular area? She got here by horseback, but is it like a hiking area? So a lot of questions here. I'll try to dig into this a little bit more. I know we do have some listeners out there. I wonder if you guys heard of this on local news. Have you guys, has this been going around for a while? Is this a totally new thing?
Ask Universal Joe to drive up there and take some.
Yeah, he's an hour away. Universal Joe. This is a boots on the ground investigation. Let's see if we can get something going here. They could be, for all you know, Mysterious Joe, summoning demons in your backyard, and you have no clue. So get to it.
That's right.
So I just wanted to bring this up, and this is a long video. It's 15 minutes. In fact, I'll skip forward.
How much of the 15 minutes is her accidentally showing the wrong thing?
I would say at least 3 minutes of it, but there's another guy that starts talking right here.
Shasta. And I'm going to play the video of the person who found the speakers, and you'll hear
This
the
is somebody
chanting and
talking
enchantment.
over the other video.
But you may be wondering, well, why would someone put this right here? Why would they put solar
Let's put
speakers
Joe in
there
front of that.
that
Joe
embed in
can
the
point
ground
at
that look
this
like
guy.
Yeah.
flowers?
Yes, you know
Why
you're right.
would they go through the trouble of doing this all throughout the mountain? And I just want to remind you that mountains are high places. And high places is where people go to work.
That's science.
Shit.
I'll watch him later. I'm not going to give him a hard time. In fact, I'm going to subscribe to him. I'm going to see what he has to say later. But I just wanted to bring it up. Very curious.
Mountains are high places.
Well, I think he may have meant places of high strangeness or something like that. Let's not come down too hard on this guy.
I'm just saying that's a reaction video of a video.
I know, and that's what we did. We did a reaction to reaction to
I
reaction.
found my Joe pointing image there.
That's right.
Yeah, there's Joe pointing at me. Yeah, he's pointing at me right now.
So now you can play the video. We'll just overlay Joe pointing at the video of this guy pointing at somebody else.
Hold on, right there. Right there. There it is. Yes, right there. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
That's after I shaved my head.
Yeah, you had some short hair right there. It looks like a summer dew.
Yeah.
It's a summer dew.
That was right before I got fired.
Ah, good times.
The second to
Wait,
last
which time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Story of your life.
Hey, man.
Have you looked up your astrological chart to see, like, if your crises fall in line with your planets? I'd be curious to know that, to see if it's preordained for you to have conflicts.
I'll tell you my birthday. You go ahead and figure it out.
All right. Yeah, I'll contact me later.
Stop taking jobs while Mercury's in reduction or whatever.
Retrograde.
Retrograde.
Whatever it is. I don't know.
You know, it's your favorite time of year.
It is.
All right, I got just
is that Christmas?
A few more headlines here. I'll let you guys, I'll read down some. You guys let me know if you guys want to talk about these. You guys can pick the last one before we move over to Joe. So here's the headline here. U.S. government will decide who gets to use the latest version of ChatGPT.
I wanted to do this one too. Yeah.
So it's ChatGPT 5.6. We also have a headline, who is going to pay us when we're replaced by robots? The Indian factory workers are told to film themselves for AI. And so I saw a picture. They all were wearing like cameras on their heads. It looks ridiculous. Like everyone's got a GoPro in this Indian factory. And then another headline here is UFO researchers warn latest disclosure push may be a government dead end. For people who don't know, there was a big meeting on Thursday with some of the UFO whistleblowers, scientists. They all got together and started gabbing at each other. And absolutely no progress was made whatsoever on UFO disclosure. But they talked about it. And I also have Islamic cult of prayer faces a ban under left-wing government, Danish government. So they're not liking it too much. And then I also have a headline here. Is Vladimir Putin on the brink of taking the war into space? Maybe. Maybe. And then Ukraine launches attack against Russia with 660 drones. So some big things are going on right there. Does anything stick out for you guys? I also have a story about
all of them, really.
Emotional support lizard.
I was going to talk about that AI one just because it's so ridiculous. Like, who the fuck are you, government? You know? Like, read through it because I find it just galling.
All right. Well, yeah, maybe this will bridge the gap between my segment and yours. I'll bring it up. And so,
it's nothing to do with it, really.
Okay. Well, the government will decide, U.S. government, who gets to use the latest upgrade to ChatGPT. The federal government will vet companies that want access to the latest technological developments by ChatGPT maker OpenAI in a major expansion of the Trump administration's regulation of Silicon Valley. OpenAI said on Friday its latest artificial intelligence model, ChatGPT 5.6. 5.6. Weird.
Don't believe the 5.6.
That's why the government can't approve it.
Yeah. That the government would initially approve who gets access to the new release, while AI companies and the administration work out a longer-term plan for regulation on that sector. I think what my prediction is that you might have to use biometrics to access it. Might be true, unfortunately. The government requirements come 2 weeks after the Trump administration blocked OpenAI's rival Anthropic from letting non-U.S. citizens use its top AI models, effectively forcing the company to take them offline. Yeah, I still can't get access to Fable. I don't have access. I'm a paying subscriber. They won't let me use it.
What if you were to pay more?
Maybe. Maybe I'm not paying hard enough.
That's what I'm wondering on some of these. A lot of this sounds like marketing to me at the standpoint of because first we had, before it was called Fable, it was called something else from...
It was Mythos.
Mythos from Anthropic. They were like, this is so awesome, we can't release it. And then it was, this is so awesome, we can't release it to you, but we can give it to certain companies.
Yeah.
Then it was, here it is for everybody. Oh, we had to pull it back. It's too awesome. And now you have OpenAI doing the same thing. We got this new thing that's so awesome, the government may not even allow you to have it.
Yeah.
These computers, I tell you, they just get crazier and crazier.
So this latest move underlines rapid changes in the Trump administration's AI policy. President Donald Trump returned to office promising a hands-off approach to the industry and decried attempts by the Biden administration to create safety standards for new AI models. And it sounds like Trump's pretty hands-on right now.
Who are the people who blew up 2 schoolgirls, like girls' schools in Iran in an oopsie? Like, you're going to be the ones to do this, to police this?
Yeah, they're the ones
they let
in charge.
9/11 happen, apparently.
Are those the noise he's making while he's typing stuff into
ChatGPT?
Is that plot open? He's really enjoying his AI work. He's a prompt jockey.
In a matter of weeks, U.S. Federal AI policy, the U.S. federal AI policy has gone through implausibly libertarian to increasingly draconian and opaque. Dean Ball, a former Trump advisor, said, and he wrote it on social media on Friday. Ball announced last week that he will join OpenAI next month to work on policy. Oh, so we have somebody from the Trump administration going to a private entity to then lobby on behalf of that private entity so the regulations won't be as harsh for OpenAI. Okay. All right. So another revolving door between the public sector and private. Sure, it makes sense. Industry leaders and politicians on Friday questioned the administration's restrictions on OpenAI. American AI innovation running into Trump's patronage and tribute admin is no bueno, said Adam Kavanovich, chief executive at Chamber of Progress, a lobbying group that represents tech companies, including Apple, Google, and OpenAI. Oh, just a lobbying firm. Okay. When you say he's just a paid lobbyist, you could say that.
Well, that's who writes most of these big policy documents. Is it goes out to a lobby firm who kind of lumps all this stuff together, these think tanks, to come back with, like, that's how you get a 700-page document that no one ever reads.
So it says the Trump administration's intervention with OpenAI disclosed Friday was the first time it had extended government vetting of AI customers beyond Anthropic. OpenAI has been providing its own cybersecurity-focused model to companies without government oversight for months. Umesh Sekdev, CEO of an AI company called Unifor, said although the new rules were disruptive, they could be reformed to win industry support. Quote, this is a brute force approach, he said. My hope is this will all settle into repeatable, predictable, and well-understood processes. Yeah, the market wants something predictable. The shift is... Well, go ahead.
The joke of this is, and I can't remember the name of the regulation. There's various export regulations for technology and well, not just technology, all sorts of restrictions for anything purchased in the U.S. Could it be exported to another foreign country? And they have to keep countries on the list. You can't send that to China. You can't send that to Bangladesh. Whatever it is, this is an ongoing thing. So they're trying to apply that same set of regulations to software, which doesn't need to necessarily be exported in that sense. You're not shipping boxes with CDs on it anymore. It's all just online. And so, yes, you can block IPs, but people can get around that. And B, the development of, especially with AI, as we've seen in the last, 3 years? The AI is so rapid. What's the point of trying to, like, no, everybody stop. We're going to write some rules about this. That'll help, because by the time they get those rules written, they're going to be 2 more generations beyond where this currently sits. So it's ridiculous government oversight.
I would have to agree at this point. It's like the cat's out of the bag. And unfortunately, we're in this situation. And I hate, like, this analogy or this thought process, but AI is not going to be restricted over in China the same way it's going to be restricted here. And I know, like, it's basically a race to the finish for the most powerful AI and computing system and AGI and quantum computing. And Trump's going to get in here and regulate it. Well, meanwhile, China doesn't feel as though they're going to do the same stuff. They're going to allow their AI researchers to just go wild, create the best thing possible. As long as it beats the United States, as long as they're first to market and they have access to it, then they don't really care about anything else, because they have a draconian state, and they don't have the same concerns as what we have, because we have a different society and a different way of governing. And now I did have an article down here that said the reason why that fable/mythos was pulled so rapidly by the Trump administration is because people within the administration, like the NSA and other intel agencies, said that Fable was able to crack their systems, to hack their systems within a matter of hours, not necessarily a matter of weeks or months. It took them just hours to do so. So if they released it and China was able to reverse engineer that capability of that model, which they do all the time by reverse distillation, they would have then had the same capabilities as Anthropic Fable to then hack our systems, and they would have been devastating for us. So I get some of this from a national security standpoint, but at this point, I think maybe everyone should have a gun or an AI and then let the cards fall where they may. I don't know the proper approach, but it seems like the policy is being made up as they go along here, and there's really no long-term plan for how to roll this out for the general population. Joe, have you used any of these local AI models? I know you're on board with Claude. You're using Claude. Have you tried any of the local stuff?
I have not, but I've been seeing a lot of people, like, it looks like a trend of people finding novel ways to not only get these local models running, but to also keep them off the power grid. like ways to like they're not even connected to the electric grid.
Yeah, I mean,
which I think is it like that's pretty going. Okay, I could see the local thing. The electric thing is crazy.
It's some of the local ones are, I would say, okay. It really depends on the use case. I will say just most of the ChatGPT or Claude is going to be better than local stuff. But if your use case is scoped properly, some of the local ones are pretty good. But
a lot of Mac Minis flying around.
They are. I have one loaded up on my Mac Mini, and I had open that open claw bot, which I don't see anybody talking about that anymore.
I know, dude, that was the hottest thing for a week.
Yes, and it's gone because
all the Instagram algorithms were like, open claw just destroyed design.
They
like
suck.
graphic designers. Like, okay.
I don't see him being promoted anymore. I even have a different version of it.
Hermes.
Hermes. I have that, and it gets lost. But I haven't seen anybody create what they were claiming is like, I'm going to create the first $1 billion business with just me and OpenClaw. I haven't seen that yet because I don't think the models are there. I don't think the AI is there, and it was a flash in the pan. No one's using it like that, and maybe that's just the way the ebbs and flows of AI is that it's pretty good. It's not great, but it is useful. And it's being overblown and hyped because that's the only bubble we got right now. That's all we got left. And so they have to promote OpenClaw as the next deadliest, greatest thing. And same with Hermes Agent. But it's all BS.
They suck.
So.
Well, but I think, Joe, to your comment about OpenClaw coming and going very quickly, I think that in microcosm is what we're seeing with AI development in general. There's always, whatever the big one is, there's a new hotness that'll come along in another 2 or 3 months and take its place. And so the government trying to let's write up like a detailed series of regulations on how we can actually manage these just seems, fruitless. What's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you remember the Ted Stevens? I found this clip.
Ted Stevens.
So this was back when the internet was exploding, and I'm just
a series of tubes.
Yes. These are the people. And then Bitcoin, there was like, you had who's the Cynthia whatever out, not Cynthia, San Francisco Black House of Representatives lady. She's on the finance committee. She's like old as shit. She was trying to talk about Bitcoin. She had no jack shit about it.
Yeah.
Oh, James Brown?
Waters. Maxine Waters.
James Brown, yeah.
Yeah. Maxine Waters talking about Bitcoin is just about as funny as this Ted Stevens clip. But just for a blast for the past, I'm sure we have plenty in the audience who were not even born yet.
Yeah.
When this guy, because this is when the internet starts taking off and we start getting fiber, or not fiber, but basically high-speed internet is starting to take off.
Come on, Teddy.
Internet. I just the other day got internet was sent by my staff at 10 o'clock in the morning. Friday. I got it yesterday. Why? Because it got tangled up with all of these things that going.
He said he got an internet the other day. It was sent the day before by his staff. He thinks that the email got clogged up in like plumbing, like toilet paper.
You got all jammed up.
Jammed. Somebody, he had to call Super Mario to come unplug his internet.
I just the other day got internet was sent by my staff at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I got it yesterday. Why? Because it got tangled up with all of these things that are going on the internet commercially. And here we have this one situation where enormous entities want to use the internet for their purpose to save money for doing what they're doing now. They use FedEx. They use the delivery services. They use the mail. They deliver in other ways, but they want to deliver vast amounts of information over the internet. And again, the internet is not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
Okay.
And if you don't understand, those tubes can be filled. And if they're filled, when you put your message in, it gets in line. It's going to be delayed by anyone that puts into that tube enormous amounts of material.
I love it.
So yeah, I trust them to regulate anything technology related.
Let's get Ted Stevens back.
Oh my God.
Pretty sure he's dead.
No,
well, I trust him more to regulate all of the language models.
His comments are just as valid as anybody else. It's funny. So there is kind of a satirical phenomenon called data clotting, which is exactly what he's talking about, and that's the idea that all the ones and zeros that make up all this data, if they're not going through in a clean, in a clean pattern, they get clogged up, and you get your ones inside your zeros, and you start to get some traffic jams in there.
Computer's broke. Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, and now you've got some net ops people who are yelling at their car stereos because I know about quality of service. I know about load balancing. I know, yes, not everything that Ted Stevens was saying is wrong in a technical sense. His understanding of it was very wrong.
Yeah, he just sounded stupid. We all know that
there's too much stuff on the internet. Everyone get off. I'm trying to send emails.
There's layers of tubes, not just one tube.
Layers.
Okay. And we know Al Gore invented this
model.
thing.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's get over to Joe. Come on. It's time.
Oh, no.
He's over there trying to make breakfast.
I'm the type of guy that even when there's guys in the big bathroom, I kind of like, well, I'll just wait till I get home. I don't like, I mean.
It's true.
Sure, I'll wait.
I genuinely do not.
Walk in and it's just full.
I don't know. I changed my mind.
I'll drive.
If I'm pooping in public, it's like if there's someone else in the bathroom or in the stall next to me, I'm like, I'll wait.
Yeah, let him do his thing.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Yeah. He's having a moment. I need my own moment.
I don't need to upstage him.
No, and I will.
It becomes
if I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been pretty gassy lately. Yeah. This one was fun. I don't know if you saw this. I don't even know how true it is. Maybe we can run the experiment. I'm
just going to say it's true. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's true, but it probably is.
Yeah, I haven't gone to DuckDuckGo in a long time.
Oh, my God, DuckDuckGo.
We should do it live on air, see if we're being duped, hoodwinked.
So let's see here. Privacy-focused browser DuckDuckGo says Trump died of rabies 3 weeks ago. Vance also listed as dead, blames unconventional treatments from RFK Jr. So RFK Jr. did this. We were told he was going to be an absolute disaster.
Did it surface this at the top of the search results, really?
Yeah, so it confirmed. He died on the 7th of June. Circumstances, the infection was linked to a sequence of events involving Vice President J.D. Vance, who passed away shortly before Trump. It suggested that Trump sought unconventional treatments based upon advice from Robert F. Kennedy Jr. The rabies infection was confirmed as a cause of death, which is rare, but a serious condition. It doesn't say how was he bitten by a rabid dog or maybe a raccoon?
So many questions.
Huh. Interesting. He does.
So did you hear the big news?
No.
X is going berserk over this one. So you asked me last show about following Candace Owens and everything, and it's like it's my favorite podcast right now. It's the only, I get so excited when there's a new one. I'm like, what can I do to get this going right now? I'll go to the gym, listen to it there.
Okay, so brought it up on
take
screen.
A look at this, and we'll get into this. I'll try to thread this all together, but so this is where we are on the theory. The theory is we're going back to the microphone exploded.
Okay.
So you'll see some images here. We could talk about it, but I don't want to dwell too long on it. Let's go back to motive and start there, and then we'll kind of dig through a little bit of the timing, how we ended up here, and all of the different things orbiting around it. It's all very interesting. And again, as I said last show, to thread it all together and make it make sense to someone who's never paid attention to this shit would take maybe an hour, but probably more. They might just leave and think you're crazy. Obviously, that's going to be that'll be the go-to. You're crazy, can't listen, gone. But if they were willing to listen, you could make the argument that, that's not the one I wanted to get. Sorry. Do you see it? Do you want to describe what we're seeing?
Sure. I'll bring it up on screen. So I'll do my best since I haven't seen this before. So the first one, it looks like the first image is like a a skin, almost like a burn. It looks like a burn. This is, I'm assuming, on Charlie Kirk's chest. On his, I'm guessing his right side. So he's being carried off
It's his
stage.
left side. You can see his nipple at the top there.
Yeah. And and I see on his left side.
No, it is. I think it is his right side. Yeah.
Maybe.
That's his right side. I'd recognize that nipple anywhere.
It's a healthy looking nipple. Poor guy. But then what we have here is like a diagram on the second slide of a puncture point, effusion. I'm not sure what that is. Sounds like a medical term. And it looked like they're trying to describe where a potential wound first occurred. That's what I'm getting at from this.
Yeah. So then let's go back to motive, because I've talked about it. I've never been really good at explaining it, but essentially Charlie Kirk was good on a lot of issues and smart. And this clip in particular is shortly before he was killed, but he starts putting these pieces together. He leads a movement of all conservatives. Now, if you listen to the news, it's 50-50. It's, we have half the country's Democrats, half the country's Republicans. How precise is that language? Who knows? Most people consider themselves independent, but for what it's worth, the conservative youth could be rallied in such a way that they would get, Hitler elected, because Charlie Kirk was a huge advocate for Trump, campaigned for him, was close to the family, he was a tidal wave. He was a force multiplier to get Trump elected. And that was good, depending on who you are, bad at, to other people. So anyway, let's listen to this, because this probably was part of why he got himself in trouble.
Okay. So bring this up on screen.
What's your opinion on the release of the Epstein files? What do you think is actually going on?
Well, I think they got to make this right. We as the American people deserve to have every Epstein file released with no redactions whatsoever, period. Right. They got to make it right. And we, the American people, ran on transparency. We deserve to see the entire client list. Every document the government has regarding the Epstein files, we, the American people, should have on an easy-to-access website immediately, in a very, very quick fashion. I'm pushing for that both privately and publicly, just so you know.
Yeah, that's not very popular anymore, is it?
No, we completely all forgot about it. So then go to this next one with all the bombs in the post. It's a Twitter, not the one with Tucker. That's going to be the one. We'll play that one afterwards if we can.
All right. This is the
Who runs the world?
Oh, God. Well, that is a question that we all ask ourselves, and I think we know who actually runs the world.
Me, Hulk Hogan.
Here we go. Yeah, I think that's true. We know that to be true. And what we also know to be true is the background music was not loud enough.
Yeah.
Background music was not loud enough.
We know it's necessary, but it has to be a little louder.
Yeah, I just posted that to him.
So then let's go to this guy came on to the Tucker show, and he is an absolute shill for the establishment. Now, Tucker gets in trouble because he brings on these controversial voices. I think there's a couple things happening here. Somebody sent this guy on to basically prop up narratives, and Tucker welcomed him on to give him enough rope to hang himself. And so this was an interesting Kirk-related conversation that I think this guy just isn't as sophisticated as Tucker is in playing with language.
By the way, I did see something that you were on a podcast yesterday. You said you think Israel killed Charlie Kirk.
I did not say that. I did not say that.
Okay, what was the clip then?
I said, I've never said that.
Okay.
I know a lot of people, including in the Trump administration, who think that. However, there's no proof of that.
Yeah.
What I said was two things. One, I don't know when the command came down and from whom that we have to trust everything federal law enforcement says, but I'm not obeying that. We have a moral obligation to push federal law enforcement to do the job we pay them to do, which is to investigate the crimes fully. And so, for example, if there are people who predicted Charlie's death on Twitter, I think the rest of us can expect that they've been hauled in by the FBI for questioning, and I don't think they have been.
So, I don't know about that, but okay, I do know about what you're talking about, the Discord chats.
No, I'm talking. I'm specifically talking
TikTok.
I'm talking about the Twitter posts.
Oh.
guy
that
doesn't know
seemed
anything.
to predict Charlie's death. Maybe that's
He's trying to push the conversation.
I don't know if that's been investigated. I would love for that to be.
So that's number one. Number two, just because someone is shot by one person doesn't mean others weren't involved. And don't like berate me into accepting that assumption, because I would never accept that. Why would I assume that? And three, to tell me that you know the motive before the trial even starts, that he was killed for his views on transgenderism, maybe he was. Maybe it was more complicated than that. How would you know? You don't know. So stop yelling at me to accept a conclusion that you can't prove.
I hear you.
Why would you do that? This is my friend. I'm not, and by the way, if I was murdered, I would expect people who loved me not to jump to unwarranted conclusions, but to press federal law enforcement to do its freaking job. Yeah. And stop calling people names because they're asking you to do your job.
I think a lot of people did jump to unwarranted conclusions.
Maybe.
Though.
I don't know if they're warranted or not.
And, right after the assassination, many people were with big platforms, not you, were saying that Israel was behind it.
Many people with big platforms were saying that he was killed for his views on transgenderism. And we don't know that, actually. We don't know anything.
But Charlie was killed as he was talking about transgender. And this guy, Tyler Robinson, seems to be in love with transgender people.
That may be absolutely true.
For me, and I think a lot of Americans, that seems like the most plausible situation.
But you're never going to catch me saying, because I don't know it, that Tyler Robinson wasn't involved. I'm merely saying to foreclose the possibility that others were involved is irresponsible, and then to attack other people.
Stop it there.
I'm certainly not.
But this guy's really trying hard to say, hey, the most likely scenario is probably the correct one. And it might be, but it's not always the case.
No, there's too many things that are going on around it. So then go to this next one. And then we have to remember, I didn't grab the clip, but there's the clip of Netanyahu's given a speech. This is right around the time when Charlie Kirk is killed. And he's bragging about how Israeli technology is built into most people's devices that they're carrying around. So then look at this next tweet, because they gave Trump a golden pager in some form of a gift, which was like right after the whole, like, they're killing Hezbollah and people's children and everything else with these pagers that they had somehow gotten explosives into, and Hezbollah was using them to communicate. So
here's the tweet. Do you remember Mossad's deadly pager bomb? Plastic explosives were secretly layered inside lithium-ion batteries. Yes, the pagers targeting Hezbollah members in Lebanon are not the same as directed or shaped charges. But what I'm interested in is the method of layering plastic explosives within lithium-ion batteries, and how that PETN might be used in directed or shaped explosives. And so scroll down, kind of goes longer tweet, and then here's a diagram of how it's done.
Sorry?
Here's the diagram on screen of how it's done.
I was going to say that, like, we would want to probably just go there, and you can kind of see that. And the takeaway is all shaped charges are directed explosives, but not all directed explosives are shaped charges.
Oh.
So then the emergency broadcast, so Candace Owens was about to go on a 2-week summer vacation, and Baron Coleman, who has also been all over the Charlie Kirk murder thing, he was like, Candace, before you go, he knew that she had this. She sits on this stuff because give them enough rope to hang themselves. They'll expose themselves. And then, like, when she said there was that Hamptons meeting where they kind of put the pressure on him that he needs to keep supporting Israel, and they're going to bring Turning Point to the next level. Like, Netanyahu is going to give him a bunch of money. He turned it down, blah, blah, blah. Candace Owens sat on the text thread that she had with them, and everyone came out and said, that never happened, it never happened. And then she had the receipts to show that it in fact did happen. So she was doing the same thing with this. These are these photographs that she had gotten hold of somehow. Now, when you're looking at that diagram and then you go down and you see the internal battery, the thing that's all shredded up and burnt on the bottom right is one of these images that she talked about. She had 4 new images, and she was just live with people going, I don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of burnt material. So right yesterday, I was just like, I'm like getting out in the shower. I've got the Rumble playing. I'm getting out of the shower. I got Rumble playing. I'm rewinding to go see what she said, blah, blah. I'm so thrilled by all this stuff. I mean, obviously it's tragic what happened, and it's alarming that I think all signs lead to,
Yeah, what is this charred material that I'm looking at?
Lithium battery.
And is this from the Kirk? Like, what I'm looking, this picture, is this from the Kirk crime scene?
It's from that. Yeah, it's from that. So here's Baron Coleman on it.
Okay. I'm very curious about this. So why would anything be charred in relation to the Charlie Kirk event?
So if it's an explosive, if it's a basically a shape charge.
Yeah.
That's what the bruising was.
Yeah, let's listen.
There's an explosive going off and a projectile coming out.
Yeah, then let's listen to...
and it's hooked into a Rode microphone.
This right here, you can see has charred edges. This looks like charred edges. Some sort of metallic something that looks burned. This thing looks burned. But if you look at the image I posted today on X, there is no doubt in my mind, 0% doubt in my mind whatsoever that he had something taped or adhesive, some sort of affixed to his body. Something about this big. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. 0% doubt in my mind that something under his shirt went crazy. Shirts don't act like that in response to a 30-06 round to the neck. I can see someone convincing you that having this thing attached under your shirt right here is some new thing we're trying. We're going to capture audio differently. What you'll notice is these things are constructed the same. They have the same glass tempered finish. They're the same size. They have the same sides. They have the same back. So if one of these was destroyed, you wouldn't know which one it is. You'd have no idea. Is it the Rode microphone that was up here under his shirt? Or is it something that was down here under his right nipple? What about this? What about this? If you have your transmitter or your receiver, and it's somehow attached to this and it makes a big bang or it explodes or it has some sort of directional charge. I prefer directional charge from shape charge. Shape charge has a specific meaning that I don't think applies here, but I think directional charge is very accurate. And it explodes and it's gone and it's broken. You can see in the video footage a microphone looking thing fall down into his shirt. You can also see the...
Listen, I love these conspiracy stuff, and it's interesting investigation. It's very compelling because we don't have a lot of answers. And we have yet to hear anything from the accused assassin. It's
well, you do get this back and forth between the people who are leading TPUSA at this point, and it's all like I'll have a clip for you because the way they try to explain away the 30-06 was that he was so healthy that it stopped the bullet. Blah blah blah. It's all a bunch of horseshit that comes around. That it's like. And then also you can't question it at all because Erica Kirk is a grieving widow. It's absolutely nuts the way they're trying. It's just like COVID lab leak. It's just like Hunter Biden laptop. Like, you're not allowed. Third rail, stop it. So then here's the next one because this to me makes so much sense. Listen to Candace on this one. This is So she had a picture before, so it was last year, the end of the year, and it looked like there was broken glass and plastic in the car. So she gets a little more into it on the stream from yesterday.
Here it is. Any questions about whether that's tempered glass? Now, you can say, you can't necessarily, we all agree it's glass. But it's definitely definitively not the car glass. But you could say, okay, let's arrive at this point. We'll say, I agree. Charlie's Rode microphone is shattered on the car, but it doesn't mean that it was rigged. Let's play devil's advocate. Doesn't mean that it was rigged. Okay. So tell us how it was broken in the car. You go be the conspiracy theorist, because that's what you're going to have to do. Your stories are going to have to get dumber and dumber. And while you're at it, could you also tell us why it is that despite telling what happened in that car many times, I didn't realize my kids were all in the back seat. They heard everything. Frank's praying. We're speeding. We're weaving through traffic. I'm just packing that wound. Nobody mentioned this?
Yeah, he goes like Frank Turek goes on Sean Ryan's show to describe like all of the craziness that happened between the time Charlie Kirk is shot and they go to the hospital. And he's on multiple podcasts, and none of them mention any of this stuff, this glass, where it came from. He said he had 36 feet of bandage he was working with to get around Charlie's neck or whatever. It's like, dude, you'd have to buy like 4 cases of like bandage, gauze, whatever. Like the whole thing made no fucking sense. And she's been going through it this whole week. And I'm glad that Baron Coleman talked her into doing this show, because ultimately it's like, this has got to, like, they are so fucked. They're just fucked.
Well, I don't know, because all they need is a conviction. That's all, or they just need this.
They're having that much problem with that.
Well, they are, but like, how many of the people in the jury are going to be into what we're talking about, and how much of these anomalies are going to be allowed to be brought forth at the trial? Considering that the judge is not even allowing cross-examination of twigs. So that because that's the handler, and they're slow walking all the evidence. So then when defense wants to do discovery, they're like, yeah, we'll get it to you. And then they wait until right about when some court proceeding's about to happen, and they'll be like, we didn't get the evidence. They're like, oh, here you go. There's like 10,000 pages, and you got a day to go through it all. Like, if it was so open and shut, like, again, there wouldn't need to be all this, the shenanigans. It's like Seth Rich. Like, if it was a botched robbery, why are you holding on to all this evidence for years? Tyler Robinson's going to have to take the stand. He has to explain who told him to get up there. If he was, in fact, ever up there, he has to take the stand. He has to.
I don't even know if it'll get to that point. I think they want this thing to go away so bad.
They do, but if he does go to trial, he's going to have to take the stand and say, I'm a patsy.
Well, that's what...
we may have time for one more, Joe. Then we're going to have to get to Cratchit so we don't run over too much.
Okay, so let me just do this one. Because I could go on for this.
I know.
I can go on with this forever. Let's just do this one. This is the IDF veteran.
The idea veteran? Okay. Let me get him up on screen.
Ooh, who do you think Jeffrey Epstein worked for?
Israel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Bro, he's Jewish. He's Jewish.
Yep.
And he's Jewish. He worked for the Mossad.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. I agree.
And literally that's it. They are literally known for blackmailing people to do what they want, and like I'm not like they can get I can't get arrested for that because it's literally like a fact. Do you watch Candace Owens?
Yeah, I've seen her before. Yeah,
that's it. That's what you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I'm Israeli. I live in Israel. I know what's going on. Just watch her. Everything, literally everything, bro. I swear to God, like I swear, my nephews and like nieces, as a Jewish who's living in Israel, everything she's saying is true. About Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, Epstein, Israel, literally everything. She is so fucking right. And I hate when people like treat her like such a maniac she's not, bro. She was pro-Israeli, actually. She was very pro-Israel, very. But
and you got to hope that there are other people like that in every regime that understand it. And he's just trapped in that system. This guy, he understands how the system works and what's going on.
Yeah,
he's a veteran.
It's fun to watch. Yeah. Sorry, I'm stepping on your dick again, Cratchit.
We still have time. I mean,
we
started at a weird.
Oh, but we got phone calls too.
And we get to do phone calls.
We're not going to have time for phone calls. We got to get straight to Cratchit.
What? We have to do phone calls.
You want to do phone calls, Cratchit? Okay, we're going to run over by like a few minutes because we have to get to certain Cretched Good Time News.
Yeah.
You just open up the phone lines.
That'll give him a half an hour if we get a.
Well, we started at 10:30. We should be, winding
we have
down.
45 minutes left in the show. You're off by half an hour.
Oh God, you're right. I was thinking that we end at 12. But you're right.
Dick ass.
Yeah. This is just like I'm being thrown for a loop. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, maybe. I know. No, same here. I was like, what? So when is it happening? No. Well, that's a good thing because now we can maybe take a few more calls.
Okay. Well, we will give it a shot right here. The phone lines are wide open right now. Let me see if I can play the sound drop so people officially know what's going on. Here we go. Oh. There it is.
You're on the air. Welcome.
Caller, you're on the air. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Austin in Texas again.
Austin in Texas.
Yeah, I'm the guy that called last week about listening to a ton of episodes on Nonstop.
Oh, yeah. But you live in Dallas, though, right?
No, San Antonio.
San Antonio. Austin lives in San Antonio in Texas. Okay. Sorry. Hey, Austin, what's on your mind?
It's a messed up situation.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have much to say. I just wanted to say welcome back, Joe. Super stoked that you're back. On episode 12, I think it was during the Biden. It was like after the debates, and Biden was like at war with the Democratic Party and stuff. Joe, on one episode, Joe was wearing a mask, and there were some comments about it on Rumble, like Joe wearing his mask and stuff like that. It was pretty funny. But that ended up being one of the strongest episodes Joe has ever come out. He came out hot. And I just wanted to say, if he needs to, bust out the mask again, bro, when it's time. And just legendary, dude.
Okay.
He comes
it's
alive.
Important to, yeah, you got to stay moisturized.
He comes alive with that mask.
There you go, dude.
Well, thank you.
Moisture
what part of San Antonio are you in?
Took it.
Which part of San Antonio?
I'm like near the medical center, kind of, off of like Hebner Babcock area.
How close to Chachos?
Okay.
Oh,
we're both pretty far.
From the Chachos on Bandera. I'm like 4 minutes away.
Nice.
No, really? if it's that close, then shit, I gotta go. No, because I'm on South Flores, and it's finally not rainy.
Oh wow!
But they have been doing chemtrails here in San Antonio, a little more than normal.
It's ridiculous over here, dude. I mean, I know it's like this all over the country, but when they you can tell the days that they take off because it's just a beautiful, clear day. And then right after they spray, clouds for days. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah, and the rain has been nutso this year. So anyhow, we digging a hole. Sorry.
Well, thank you, Austin. Do you have anything else for us?
I hope you're good. No, that's it. I'll save my comments till next time.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Prank caller.
Kind of weird having people listening to the show in the same city you live.
We should do a meetup and go to
He's standing right outside your window, Joe.
We should do a meetup. We should do a meetup in Texas. That would probably be the best
come
bang
the fuck
for
down to Texas.
Best bang for our buck.
Fan.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello, it's me, the Queen from Beyond the Grave. Yeah, that's right. It's a quick one. Just say hello, Joe. Welcome back. Hello, Gretchen.
Relax.
Hello, Mike. Hello. That's it.
Hi, Queen.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
Even the
Wait, that was it? Nothing? No message from the Queen? Oh, damn it.
We didn't have any particular message from the Queen other than...
Queen needs to call in and comment on, like, current events, but you can only do it, like, 3 times a year. So
yeah, well...
That's a wasted Queen appearance.
Kind of. I guess they're just trying to let us know that they're there. Caller, you are on the air.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Joe?
What's going on?
Cretches?
Who are we talking
How's
to?
everybody doing?
Who are we talking to?
He's on major satellite delay.
Richie. It's Richie.
Hey, Richie, what's going on?
It's from Raleigh Wood, North Carolina, man. Just getting a temperature check out there for everybody.
Nice.
Trying to keep optimism alive, hope alive. Still amazing things going on.
What's on your mind, Richie?
Oh, not much, man. Just all the declassification, all this stuff coming out, all the interesting things that are popping off. Everybody's been talking about it for a long time. And I think we're going to see a lot more things unfold, especially with the earthquakes. I don't know, too many places at one time.
We didn't touch on the earthquakes, but yeah, there was a large amount of earthquakes within the past 48 hours.
Yeah. So is that signs of the time? Are the Bible thumpers calling it correct? I don't know, man. But they say, what comes next could be the volcano, and that's really going to put everything down. And I don't know if y'all heard, one of those volcanoes are getting... I mean, there's always a bunch of them getting ready to pop off, but I think now they're really
well, yeah, typically, I think, when it comes to earthquake activity, then it's soon followed by, I guess, lesser earthquakes, like on the other side of the earth. So what this most recent earthquake took place down in Venezuela, which has killed over like 900 people at this point.
Yeah,
so
not good.
Yeah, not good. Considering they just lost their leader earlier this year, and now they have an earthquake. So what do you think's next?
Coincidence? I don't know, man. Yeah. Hey, to me, when we look at the works of John Levi, the mud floods, we talked. Everybody's talking about it now. It's coming to terms, looking at the old world photos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially the ones in destruction. It looks similar, a lot of similar. Especially we noticed that when the fires in Maui and all that too. So it's all these interesting things lining up. But yeah, man, amongst all this, we got to keep hopes and men alive. Remember, we all eternal, invincible beings. Your prayers do count, no matter who your polluted deity is.
Well, I think it does matter. I don't think you don't want to pray to the dark ones, but try to keep
that deity. Yeah, that, and it's pretty evident nowadays. I mean, it's light workers and dark workers, obviously. And the dark workers are going hard in the paint, man.
Yeah.
But the lizard people take on it all is what I really always been passionate about, figuring it out and piecing it together, and they're really hijacking the biochemistry of how powerful our bodies are. The all seeing on the back of the dollar bill, the pineal gland, optic thalamus attached to it. On the back of the dollar bill was that when we were all activated, building pyramids, energizing the world, building it out in all those old world photos. And that's what the Nagas from the Hindu text, to me, that confirms the lizard people. That's who they are, the Naga bloodlines. But even the Hindu followers, maybe, the ones I talk to, man, they don't really understand that either. When I'm like, hey, it's the Vatican, it's the royal family, and the Vatican means divine Naga.
Yeah, it's tough to bring this stuff up at Olive Garden with your waiter, but occasionally you'll get one or two. You think the lizard people are the ones that Charlie Kirk was talking about, the hidden oligarchy that rule us? Yeah.
That's who's in there. Baal, the Rothschilds, those are the Naga bloodlines. Mm-hmm. And it's just coincidentally, when you study those Hindu texts, the Mahabharata, the epic battle, that's when you really hear them always terrorizing the humans with their cannibalistic rituals. And it just sticks out in my head, and that's what connects it all to me. And when you think of the perversion of the actual biochemistry knowledge of the Christ within, they are the ones that perverted it, and that's why they hoard all that knowledge under the Vatican, which coincidentally means divine Naga. And when I grew up Catholic, and I always thought it was weird. We're like, we're eating the flesh, drinking the blood, and that's what Jesus did with his boys. I'm like, I don't know. To me, what they were doing was eating the magic mushroom, and that's why all the high priests had mushroom hats.
Well, hey, thank you, Richie, for calling in, man. Is this your first time? Yeah. Is this your first time calling in?
This is actually the third one, but it's been a long time, so definitely need a G.I. Joe name by now.
Okay,
man,
all right. We're going to get your G.I. Joe name. So just a little bit about you. What do you do for your day? Do you work? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, I do. See, that's the thing. I do exterminating.
Oh, you're an exterminator.
I work with I grow these companies, and I've done every aspect of that job. So that's given me a lot of insight on this nature and all this stuff.
Okay, so you deal with pests.
Yeah, get rid of the cucarachas
and bug bombs and smokes and stuff. Or sprays?
Yeah, man. We got all kinds of arsenals to get rid of these.
So there is a G.I. Joe called Taurus, who did work as part of Sergeant Slaughter's Renegades, and he was part of the Pentagon's pest control team. So how would you like Taurus?
That sounds good, man.
All right.
It's number one in the world right now to save your house from the ancient termite.
Yes. Well, thank you, Taurus. Thank you for calling in, sir. And
I'll be back, and I'll try to be more relevant, man. It's been
you're
a few
fine.
years.
No, dude, that was super insightful. I liked it.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
let me
Taurus.
tell you how
Yeah.
amazing you guys really help us all out. So keep doing it, man. Don't stop. I hear you down it. You guys are the best there is, man. There's no one like you with these sound clips. There's nothing like it. So you're really getting us through this interesting times.
Well, thank you, Richie, a.k.a. Taurus. We'll talk to you soon.
Peace out, everyone. One love. Peace out.
There we go. Hey, earlier in the morning, I'm getting different calls, different people, and different opinions out there. Yeah, these ancient bloodlines, they're no fun. They are no fun. But I'm going to transition over to Cretched now. We have a good amount of time for fun and shenanigans. Here we go.
Let's bust some bands.
That last call was good. I mean, he was kind of trepidatious at first, and then started going, and then he was going a mile a minute. So,
yeah.
Lots of interesting topics there. Any one of which would be good content for a show. Oh, let's see what we got in the crevice.
Pots and pans.
I have pots and pans in here. Let's see. I'm going to go with this one. We're going to start with this. You had mentioned this is the first time I've ever done it this way, but you mentioned Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
This is not specifically Taylor Swift news, but Taylor Swift is a big environmental advocate.
Oh, yeah.
She's always telling people to recycle and turn off your water and whatever other crap while she flies around on her private jet. Well, this has become such an issue with private jet ownership that they've had to have some lobbyists get into the EU government and convince them to allow private jet manufacturing to be a green industry.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
They're getting involved. Yes, EU court says private jet manufacturing can qualify as green investment under taxonomy.
Oh, really?
Wow, so they just reclassify it and we're good now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, the EU court ruling annulled a European Commission decision that excluded private and business aviation manufacturing from the sustainable finance taxonomy. The ruling challenges how regulators assess emissions, technology pathways, and eligible green investment activities across transport sectors. So they probably could get, I'm guessing since they're not classified as green, government subsidies for their private jets, and that's what we really want.
More importantly, it allows them to be classified as environmental industries. So when people there's a lot of corporations that have a specific requirement of their investments have to go into various ESG, environmental, social, and governance, governance, that word, investments. This now means you can invest in a private jet manufacturing company because that's green.
Wow.
That's a huge piece of news.
Yeah, that's right.
And if I have multiple private jets, that means I'm way more green than you.
You are super environmental.
Yeah.
That's some good news on that front.
My private jet, I mean, I don't fly in it as much as I should. So what I've started doing is I still buy the avgas. We just let it idle all day. So it's just kind of sitting there ready. But that's to offset those carbon credits.
This is a weird sentence right here. So listen to how this is positioned. The General Court on Wednesday annulled a European Commission decision that had removed the aircrafts used for private and commercial business aviation from a list of economic activities deemed environmentally sustainable. So what they just say, they added private jet and business commercial use to economically sustainable activities. They had a bunch of negative statements in there.
Yeah, they wrote that one in a weird negative and in passive voice. So,
yeah. The taxonomy is designed to guide investors towards activities that supports the EU's climate and environmental goals. The case focused on whether manufacturing private jets should be excluded because of the emissions linked to their use. The commission had based their 2023 decision on carbon dioxide emissions per passenger kilometer. It compared private and business aviation with other modes of transport. Let's see, why was this done? Like who?
Probably because a lot of people pointed out that, as a wealthy oligarch in Europe, I like my private jet, and I'll be darned if I'm going to go down to the airport with the rest of the plebs and stand in line to sit there and eat a pack of peanuts on the airplane.
They need special carve-outs to say, we are environmental. Look at the tax classification.
Mm-hmm. And again, it allows for investment and for other companies to invest in an environmentally friendly industry, aka private jet manufacturing, to offset even more carbon credits on their side.
Yeah, and then that's what all it is like this has got to be some kind of tax scam to where they're going to get additional tax breaks if they manufacture private jets in a particular way. And then once they do that, they'll be flying for even cheaper in privately, and that's what we really want.
It's a win-win.
Okay.
So Taylor Swift can continue to fly to her Metallica cover band concerts in her private jet and not have to worry about it.
We're doing it.
Al Gore also flies on his private jet.
People are suffering.
I don't think what's-her-face does.
I think she travels commercial.
Madam Fetal Alcohol Syndrome, whatever her name is. Greta.
Blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. This is some good news for the ruling elite. They finally
this is good.
They finally caught a break. So that's nice.
We've been hard on them.
Yeah.
It's been a tough time. They deserve a win.
It's about time.
500 times. All right, let's. So here's some follow-up news. We like follow-up news.
Yes.
If you recall, when was this? Maybe 2 months ago, we had a story about people in Africa somebody who stole this guy's genitals. You remember that?
Oh yeah, it was. I think there was a curse and possibly a goblin involved. I'm not sure.
So now we have a follow-up. Apparently, this is a growing issue.
The goblin.
The police are trying to get out in front of it before more genitals are stolen.
Oh, this has got to be put to a stop. It's a big deal. Police declare war on viral disappearing genitals hoax fueling chaos in Mombasa. Well, okay. They should put this.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. So Mombasa County Security and Intelligence Committee has issued a stern warning against the growing wave of mob justice triggered by false claims of disappearing male genitalia, declaring that anyone involved in assaults or spreading the hoax will face prosecution. So don't, I guess, pretend that your genitals are disappearing, because that perpetuates this hoax.
Penis man.
Yeah, so if you recall in the original story, and I'll have to find that one for reference, but somebody claimed that, somebody went and stole their genitals, so they had to put together a posse and go over and beat the crap out of them because that person had stolen their genitals.
Yeah.
I have to do it.
And now it's being used as a continuing excuse for ongoing, basically, gang violence against people they don't like because, and that dude's a warlock who stole my genitals once, and then they go beat the shit out of him. So
it is a pretty good reason to start a gang war.
It's better than anything else I've heard.
I mean, that's all. Israel should just claim that against Iran. It's like they stole our junk, and that's why we have to bomb the hell out of them. They have my penis.
War to get our junk back.
The bizarre scam has recently sparked widespread panic and disrupted business activities across key commercial centers in the coastal city. Within the past 48 hours, rowdy mobs incited by the false allegations descended on unsuspecting individuals in Kawangia. Is that a real place, Kawangia?
Probably.
It sounds about right. Kawangia.
Kawawa.
in Kawawa. And leaving several people injured. Well, they said these are false allegations. Well, how do we know they're false? And we said this before. How do we know people are not really stealing other people's genitals? Yeah. So far, we've only had the police reports on this, and some people claim that their junk has been stolen.
Well, and that was the original story was I think it was in like April or March, whenever we had that, where after they arrested these guys for going and roughing up people, they were like, "Well, you have your junk," and they were like, "Well, they put it back."
Yeah, they're nice. Well, it says here that the CC, I'm not sure what the CC is. Oh, the county commissioner. So the county commissioner said the horrifying claims being orchestrated by criminals that their private parts had mysteriously disappeared after being touched by another person, had heightened public tensions, and are being investigated. So just by touching a person, your junk is gone.
Yeah, it's the old got your nose gag, but no, got your junk.
Got your junk. Got your thumb, got your ear, got your junk.
I did find the original story that we covered April 10th, and this is interesting because this was in Tanzania, and now we're getting reports from Kenya, so it's continuing to spread. So there's all sorts of nonsense afoot over there with junk theft.
I wonder if this can spread to the United States, where all these viral things are happening in Africa, because culturally, they have a history of mysticism, goblins, curses, voodoo, especially like in places like Nigeria. Export that to the United States, and we have a case of disappearing junk. It's another viral TikTok trend, and I think we can get on board with that.
TikTok trend.
Yeah, my junk is gone.
So you're not concerned about the violence that takes place afterwards and some sort of retribution. You're more concerned about the initial effect of someone stealing your genitals.
Yeah, I want to be an influencer on this matter.
You want to get out in front of this one?
Yeah. This is what I want to be known for.
Hashtag genital theft?
Yes, pretty much. The police commander encouraged residents to cooperate with security agencies while refraining from assaulting anyone. That's going to be tough to do, though.
But I want to. That guy might take my junk.
I really want to assault people.
He hasn't yet, but he might.
They noted that 3 suspects had so far been arrested, and the authorities were pursuing other individuals linked to the incident. So this is a pretty big deal down there. It does seem like a small matter in the grand scheme of things when there's like famine and starvation, but penises are very important to every culture. So I guess this is tops on our list to take care of.
I think we need to spin up USAID again just for this.
Yeah. Interesting follow-up. I like that one.
Let's continue.
All right, let's say I'm going to save this one for a moment here. I'm looking for, okay, I got 2 that are related, so we'll save that. Let's go with this one. We don't cover it as much as we used to, but we do like stories about poo-poo pee-pee.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, there's a famous scene in the film Caddyshack where famously they think, and I'm going to spoil a 47-year-old movie here, but they think that somebody pooped in the pool. And it turns out, no, it was just a baby Ruth. It's fine. That said, here's a report of someone who did it in a pool 18 times.
Yes, man admits defecating in public swimming pool 18 times.
Wow, I'm speechless. Please continue.
In a row?
Yeah, in one day, because that's a lot. You're probably going to have some irritation back there if you try to do this too much. Let's see here. A 19-year-old, a young man, of course, a 19-year-old has admitted to deliberately defecating in a public swimming pool on multiple occasions, causing repeated closures and significant disruption to the community-run facility in West Wales.
I have to do it.
Maybe that's just where he feels most comfortable. Like, he can't do it at home.
I can't do it at home. I have to go to
a public swimming pool. This is where I feel relaxed. And it just happens naturally there. So I can...
It just happens naturally.
I can sympathize.
Something about the water and the smell of chlorine. I just have to go.
The Dyfed Powys police confirmed...
I don't think that's correct, but I don't know how to speak Welsh either. So
yeah,
it's probably...
confirmed they received a report concerning a series of criminal damage incidents involving waste material being deliberately placed in the swimming pool at the Newcastle Emlyn swimming pool between February and May of 2026. According to the staff members at the pool, there were 18 contamination incidents between February and May. Each incident resulted in the pool being closed while cleaning and safety procedures were carried out. The pool is a community-run charity and is separate from the Newcastle Leisure Center, which is operated by a completely different council there, although both facilities are located independently on the same school campus. That's very confusing. Did he crap in both pools or just one?
I think what they're saying is not run by the city. It's a nonprofit community pool, but he's still ruining it for everybody.
So pool staff became extremely concerned and frustrated at the frequency of the incidents and worked hard to establish the identity of the responsible person. Along with additional protocols put in place, senior staff scrutinized many hours of CCTV recordings and identified the responsible person. This information and evidence was relayed to the police. Following that handover, they confirmed that a 19-year-old man from Cardigan in the area was identified and interviewed by the officers. The man fully admitted to the offenses. He just came clean with it.
I have to do it.
The matter was dealt with through an adult community resolution, an alternative form of justice aimed at first-time. He was aimed at first-time offenders for the biggest. So it wasn't the first-time offender. He did it 18 times.
Well, they only caught him once.
Yeah, but that's not. Is that how it goes? Like if he killed 19 people, it's like, okay, this is your first offense.
You can only be tried once, but you get tried on 19 charges.
But I think it's like 19 offenses. You see what I'm saying there? Like
you're saying this guy should be locked up and throw away the key.
Pretty much. Like this guy loves doing this kind of thing.
They probably don't want him in prison. He's just going to crap in other people's pools there.
Maybe. The process has undertaken. The process is undertaken in consultation with the victim. The police investigations are now being closed. Oh, I know what's going on here. He was an immigrant. He was. That's what I'm saying.
You're probably not wrong. Honestly.
I probably. That's why the sentence is so light. Is that he's either second generation or first generation born, or pretty much right off a boat, and that they're going light.
That's exactly what happened. I can almost guarantee it. I don't know exactly, but I did almost bring a clip of a woman on a European metro train shitting all over the place, and everybody's just kind of looking around like, I guess that's where we live now.
I think this is kind of like this is a cultural issue, and there's a difference of what's acceptable, and they just kind of brought that culture to this area, and so that's why they're going so easy.
It's the toilet paper in the trash can.
Yeah, it's that scenario. They're going a little easier. And so the investigation is not closed, even though the person is an adult, and it should be a matter of public record, at least over here in the United States. I don't think it is over there.
That's right. They'll probably never release his name. By the way, I do want to point out, Mike, you were incredibly racist, sir.
Okay.
It says right here, a 19-year-old man from Cardigan.
I don't know what that means.
Well, they mean, see, that's where he lives now.
Okay.
But how dare you consider that he might have a different background and has only lived in Cardigan for a year?
All I can go on is what I hear about is going on in the UK, and some of the cultural difficulties that they're having, and I'm just making an assumption. Now, maybe we have some.
And your assumption is probably dead on. So yes.
I'm just saying, like, it's 18 times. That's
well, especially 18 times. They didn't actually punish him. They're just like, no. We did an adult community resolution. We had a nice talk with him.
Yeah,
and
that's all they did.
Also, the dude, both culturally, doesn't understand why this is wrong, and probably, just be honest about it, doesn't have the cognitive capacity to understand what's going on.
Yeah, this is like, I think in their head, this is normal, or they don't care, or they're pathologically not capable of understanding these cultural differences. And so they went light. There's a light sentence. Where, yeah, it's just a not even a slap on the hand, because that's some form of corporal punishment. This is.
Oh, that's right. That's racist too.
I don't even know. This is like being timeout. This is a timeout.
Put in timeout.
It's a timeout. So
you can't swim in this pool for at least a day.
You can poop here in a couple weeks. Let's see here. There has no further incidents or closures due to contamination. So, okay. I would really like, I would like to hear a little further on this, see if I'm right or if I'm just very, very biased. So, which I could be. I'll admit, I could be biased and everything I hear might be incorrect, but I'm probably right.
Well, there's other stories on this. I'm looking to see if they ever describe this dude, but I'm guessing not.
Pull up the goblin clip.
All righty. Before we get to that goblin clip.
Do we have a goblin clip at the ready?
No.
We might.
I had genital theft. How much do you want?
That is pretty goblin-y, yeah.
All right. So speaking of the UK, it's summer over there. They're going through a bit of a heat wave. Most places, and it's unusual in a sense because most places over there don't have central or window or split unit air conditioning units.
They should have prepared for climate change. They didn't.
And so now they're being asked to, hey, could you turn that air conditioning off if you have it? Because you're ruining it for the climate for the rest of us.
Oh, man. I don't like that.
Well, and we did see something similar in, I know California does it, and I think some other states are implementing as well, where they put your air conditioning unit for your house on a separate circuit that they can control remotely. And so at times of brownouts or, whatever, they can just shut all that stuff off.
Just before I play this video, when I was vacationing in Portugal, they did have like a unit, like air conditioner and heater units built into this one unit. And it was like,
it's a mini split.
Sometimes it got a little hot and moist during the day, a little humid. So you turn it on, and it didn't work.
It didn't do anything.
No, it didn't work. It didn't get any warmer, didn't get any cooler. And so everyone had these that we had, and they didn't work.
I was in a hotel a few weeks ago traveling stuff for work, and the air conditioning unit in there was broken. This was like the first week of June, so it wasn't the height of summer, but it was 80 or something outside. And so they're like, oh, okay, well, here's a portable one we can put in there. But the portable one, yes, it generates cool air, but it also exhausts the hot air out the back, so it just made the room hotter.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a local news story on this. Should I play that?
Ooh, it doesn't even load for me. So
Britain's
Britain's
bake temperatures reach 40 degrees centigrade. I can try it. It's a heat wave. It's a heat
40
wave.
degrees, to be fair, 40 degrees is 100.
Oh, yeah.
Fahrenheit,
Morning,
so
it's a little bit of a day out for me. It's very hot here. 28 degrees here in Brighton, and it's going to get hotter as it is everywhere in the country today. And there are, as you say, this red extreme heat warning in a large part of southern England and creeping into Wales from London all the way to Swansea. From
you got this big
nice day at the beach.
You got a big body of water behind you, just pooping.
We've also got the UK Health Security Agency red heat health alerts as
No, it totally stopped playing because it's a UK site. Okay, I'll just read it.
It wasn't even about this.
No, I don't know. They're just talking about how hot it is. I want to talk about the air conditioning. That's the important part here. Britons have been ordered to remove air conditioning from their homes despite the country baking up to 40 degrees centigrade this week under a fresh net zero crackdown. Oh, so they just want people to die, especially the elderly.
Net Zero, the internet provider from the 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those guys have really shifted their business model.
And also expanded their power. Planning officials at councils have told residents to take down their cooling units over concerns about carbon dioxide emissions. They say AC, despite the heat, should serve as a last resort. Okay, well, I thought this was the last resort. I thought this is like hot. Okay.
Think about the climate, Mike. Turn off your air
We're being murdered.
Well, there is that.
The crackdown comes from building regulations, which deemed active cooling is used only as passive cooling methods like open windows or running fans have been exhausted. Well, blowing 110 degree temperature around is only blowing. It can only do so much. And especially if it's humid. It's one thing being 100 degrees, 110 degrees, like in Phoenix, Arizona. It's another in muggy, moist, humid Britain. Ugh, disgusting.
We're all getting killed here.
The Tories have accused the government of leaving Britain in the dark ages through the net zero policies, which prevent citizens from accessing modern conveniences that are completely normal in other countries. Yes. I'm sure these Brits would have loved to be in the United States for all of our insanely cool AC. We have some great AC here, people.
Well, I was in England in 2006. I was there for a conference in Loughborough, and they were going through similar heat wave. I mean, I remember it was in the mid to upper 90s, and places there don't have air conditioning, so it was kind of a mess. But we obviously didn't die, so I don't know. This is just a tone deaf kind of. I almost think this is like one of those gags. Like, dude, now tell them to turn their air conditioning off. See if they'll do it.
Yeah, see if they'll kill themselves.
Well, that's in Canada. In Canada, they suggest turn your air conditioning off and then go murder yourself.
The picture of the AC unit right here, that's the exact kind I saw in Portugal. The all-in-one.
That's a mini split.
Yeah, they suck. Don't like them.
Well, if you build them correct, those are actually good retrofits because it has a small compressor unit that sits right outside on the ground outside the wall, so they're very straightforward to install.
Okay.
Thanks, Alex.
One Londoner received orders to permanently remove 2 cooling units from the rear of their property. Well, so they don't even trust them to just not use it or turn it off. They basically like get rid of it.
Now they're coming onto your property and like doing inspections. Keep in mind, this is the same country that you have to pay a tax to watch over-the-air television, and they drive around with their detector vans to pick up that you might be receiving the signal from an aerial antenna, so they can fine you for it.
Let me see. So Camden inspectors specifically noted the absence of ceiling fans in certain properties, though this was never a stated requirement. Even after determining the units were neither intrusive nor harmful, to the neighborhood's character, officials still demanded that they were scrapped. The homeowners ultimately won the appeal to the planning inspector by proving their property already featured environmental improvements like solar panels. So they asked, like, we have this. Can we at least have this? Interesting. Boy.
And by the way, at the bottom here, they do say, and they're trying to walk it back. They're getting a lot of shit for this. Government spokesperson said, air conditioning units are not banned. They can be installed in both existing and in new homes, and we expect councils to take a common sense approach to the rules around this, which are there to manage the interests of the communities and the environment. So
I'm upset by this.
We're not saying we're going to fine you for not physically removing your air conditioners, but we're going to keep an eye on you. And the next opportunity we get, we're going to fine the shit out of you.
You can install them, you just can't use them.
Mm-hmm. It's an art piece.
It's an art installation. It's a monument to what air conditioning could do for us, but we will refuse to turn it on. It's like having like a classic car in your garage. You just don't drive it. You know, it's one of those things. Like you observe it, you look at it, you appreciate it, but you never take that thing out on the road. All right, let's do one more, Cratchit.
Alrighty.
What about now?
So wow, was that Clinton?
Yeah.
Oh. I do have another story that I'll just summarize real quick here. So the EU headquarters they ordered everyone on the first 7 floors to turn off their air conditioning because of the environment.
Sure.
But it's a 13-story building, so from the 8th to the 13th, they still have air conditioning. And guess where all the commissioners actually work? On the top floors.
I'm guessing, yeah, on those top floors. Yep. Yeah.
Good. So
they get it.
Turn off your air conditioning so we can stand up here.
But all the peons, they don't get it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just going to guess. The likelihood of people on the top floor, they're more likely to own private jets that are now environmentally friendly.
Green private jets,
yes.
Mike. Yes. Good. They fly in on their green private jets, go to their air-conditioned offices on the 13th floor, and they probably have their own elevators so they don't have to see people on the lower floors either.
Yes. Yeah, we don't. Why interact with these people at all? Just let them sweat it out.
All right. So one more on the theme of government overregulation. A lot of places. 4th of July coming up next week.
Oh yes.
Actually, it's 1 week from today. In fact, look at that. A lot of places in the West, in particular, are concerned about fireworks starting fires.
Yes.
And this comes up every year. Hey, please don't light off fireworks, and everyone does it anyway.
Big deal.
So now there's cities in California, in particular, who are setting up snitch lines, and they will pay if you call up and snitch on your neighbors who are shooting off fireworks.
This is what we turned into. Yes, some California cities pay up to $1,000 for reporting illegal fireworks. See which ones.
Look at these headlines.
I want to get in this. I guess I can just start reporting people over here in Ohio. I can just guess,
Just guess. Probably that guy.
Yeah, I can take a look
He's
at
also trying to take my genitals.
I can look at Google Maps. I can know what are the problem neighborhoods. I can get my money. California has an illegal fireworks problem. When I was in Arizona, we did too, especially during 4th of July, but the Arizonians, they didn't care.
Does California have an illegal fireworks problem, or does it have a problem with fireworks which have been deemed illegal?
I think your statement is more.
It sounds like it's the second one.
Yeah. As the 4th of July nears, the air will fill with sight, sound, smells of festive but illegal explosives. In May, authorities evacuated parts of South Los Angeles after police found truckloads of fireworks. In April, a former Yolo County Sheriff's Office lieutenant was one of 5 people indicted on a murder charge following a deadly July 2025 fireworks explosion that killed 7 warehouse workers in Espartero. There's so this going on. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. They're giving us a lot of background there of how deadly these fireworks really are.
They're going to murder you and everyone you know.
The San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office announced Wednesday that Crime Stoppers is offering a award of up to $500 for information. Well, what about the $1,000 that we were talking about in the headline?
Who's doing 1,000? Go down to Paramount.
Oh, Paramount. Yes, that's what we're talking about. There's also a reward for reporting illegal fireworks in Paramount, according to the sheriff's station. If your tip leads to the arrest or citation, you could qualify for a reward of $500 for tips that lead to the citation or possession, and $1,000 for tips that lead to an arrest for illegal sales. So you gotta get on the street, do some real beat work to find your black market fireworks.
Go out there, make some illegal buys.
Yeah,
try to get to the top.
Yeah, it sounds like Maywood offer.
Maywood's even better. Yeah, read that one.
Yeah, Maywood also has an illegal fireworks reward program offering up to $1,000 for tips that lead to a citation. That sounds a little easier.
Yeah, they just have to write a ticket for that one.
Yeah, I'll do that one. Yeah,
you need to call your buddy who's a cop in Maywood, and you say, "Look, I'm going to report a bunch of people. You come down and write tickets. I'll split it with you."
I got an idea. I buy a bunch of fireworks here in Ohio where I can buy them. I can buy them 15 minutes for me. I fly to California. I plant fireworks, ladyfingers. I'm talking about blackjacks. I'm talking about whistling Jupiters on people's property. And then I call in and say, hey, I think this guy is stashing stuff in his backyard. In fact, I knew where they are. And then I make bank. And I got to sell some people down the river, but I'm making money finally.
Let's do it.
You and Hulk driving out there in a truck full of fireworks.
I'll do that. Little road trip.
Here's the Facebook post from the city of Maywood, who seems to be the most lucrative one of these. So if you really want to snitch on your neighbors, make friends everywhere. City of Maywood says, here's how to do it.
Let's see here. Yeah, City of Maywood help keep our community safe this upcoming holiday. The city of Maywood has legal fireworks reward program. Report legal fireworks up to $1,000 contact code. There you can email in. Awesome. I can bot farm that.
I can bot farm the crap out of it. Ding, 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 ding. Look at them go.
Yeah. Let's see. And it also has it in Spanish, too, for Spanish-speaking people to get involved. So there it is. Let's prevent fire, injuries, and loud disruptions. Your voice matters.
So we have somebody in the Twitch chat, Ishbish. She says, "Yeah, I live in Compton, and Paramount and Maywood are right near me. They just made fireworks illegal here. My brother said he's going to snitch on the neighbors."
Nice. Get that money and donate half of that to OBDM.
Get that paper.
Yeah.
Give me them ducats.
Hey, this is the state they want. This is the police state they wanted. Give it to them.
Yeah, it says $1,000 reward for information leading to a citation. A citation must be issued for the reward to be processed. Only one reward per incident and per resident.
Oh, my.
So you got to set up a bunch of aliases, Mike.
Yeah, can do.
They do need your name and phone number if you submit that form, but that'll be kept confidential, they say.
Oh, then I got it. Okay.
Shaky Stevenson, Joseph.
That's one of my names. I'll go by that.
Tom Pepper.
That's my second one. And then
Paul Menegay, a 7-year-old.
Yeah, I'm a 7-year-old Paul Menegay.
7-year-old Paul Menegay.
Big Jim Tucker.
What about Paul Kogan?
Paul Kogan. He's helped me set up this whole thing.
Tom Shimabukuro.
Yeah.
You need to say it like that when you're on the phone with him. What's your name, sir?
Who are you?
Tom
Shimabukuro.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
Hello there. I'm George Putnam.
Me, Hulk Hogan.
Michael, David, Tyler,
Danny, Brian,
Todd,
Russell, Mike, Katie, Brian, Jenny, James, and Lynn. Nathaniel, Pink Sweater, Sky, Ice 9, Owl Killer, Catherine, Ray, Chris, Thumper, Bart, every one of you.
These are all my names, my fake aliases.
$1,000 a pop.
Yeah.
Joseph, Kyle, Carlos, Al, Aaron, Jonathan, Rog, Vincent, Jay, Bob, Kevin, Jim, Scott, Brian, Larry, Stan, Riley, all of you. Forrest, Charles, Josh, Jeff, Jason.
Made like $30,000 so far. This is great.
Oh, thank you everyone for tuning in on our brand new earlier Saturday podcast. I appreciate everyone for paying attention.
Are we going early again every Saturday now? Is that?
Yeah, I'd like to, Joe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was up at like 3:30. So
man.
That's too early.
I like it.
Not doing a show at 3:30 in the morning.
I'm going to the laundromat now to play Silver Falls.
Is that some sort of euphemism?
Yeah, it's like at my laundromat, they got like one of those coin drops. And you drop the coin, and then it is supposed to push other coins out. But I just lose $10. But that's what I'm going to do.
You're the reason why you go to those coin pusher games, and they're full of coins. It's just
That's me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Crashy. Thank you, Joe. Shablagoo, everyone.
Shigga.
And keep watching the skis. There's illegal fireworks you can report on your neighbors. Get $1,000.
Big Jim Tucker.
Stevenson.
Hello there. I'm George Putnam.
Danny, Brian, Russell, Mike, Katie, Brian, Jenny, James, and Lynn.
That's about all. Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Until next week. Nanu. Nanu.
Pots and pans.
Getting a gallon of milk and bananas or whatever. Or maybe some hamburger. I just wanna eat some fajitas, sitting back drinking iced tea and Topo Chico. I blow the shit out of you. It's a beautiful unit, lungs full of semen and vomit. Goy slop.